Tack.
Thank you very much for excellent talks, both of you. So, Ryan, first, did you recognize a lot of the challenges that Nicolai mentioned?
Oh, yes. I think I don't have sound, maybe. Okay,
No.
It's working now. Oh, fantastic. We hear the same story over and over again. We invited 20 people into the session, it was too many, and then we narrowed down to who really needs to be there. But the other thing that was really key was how you said that you had this lesson of, we were so glad that we had the 20 people because we discovered we wanted those inputs, you know, and this framing step, which comes actually, so we talked about shaping in my talk, and this framing step is the step before that, which is kind of the substitute for the PRD in a way, which is kind of like, what is it that we want to do from a business and a time perspective, and what can we align on? And that thing about like figuring out how to get all the inputs, but then to make the decision and line up what to do next, that was very good. And we see that again and again.
Cool.
Yeah.
And in the audience, we probably have people using Lean Startup and OKRs and
a lot of Scrum, probably.
Yeah, Scrum, a lot of different methodologies. So, how does ShapeUp fit with these different other frameworks, Nicolai?
I think they sit on top of each other, to be honest. I think many of the frameworks is based on more or less the same ideas, and then you can use specific techniques to kind of get your constraints. And I really see that as a positive thing, because you need some kind of constraints for your organization, and it will probably be different from organization to organization what constraints you need to make you move forward faster. And I think for us, ShapeUp was that go-to for doing that really fast. We had a Kanban backlog of 2,442 items, right? And we just completely ditched that way of working, saying, if it's important enough, it will come back to us. And just erased it before summer holiday 2023. And I felt really lighthearted doing that. It was like, oh, yes, now we are ready, right?
Yeah. So ShapeUp is kind of the fundament, and you use different other techniques.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And what's your experience, Ryan, with ShapeUp and other frameworks?
It's very rare that you can say, now we throw everything away and we do something different. It very rarely makes sense to do something like that. I usually suggest to think of ShapeUp more like a big toolbox, and then try to get more clear around what are the things that aren't working with how we're working today, and where are the little things that we could start to substitute. You know, instead of this session where we have this big meeting, could we do this other thing instead?
Yeah.
Right? And there can be moments when there's an opportunity to kind of reset something. And there sometimes are business pressures too, where it's like, we need to reset something. I think the fact that you hit this wall with shipping, this is a story that we see when it reaches a point of like, we can't seem to get anything done anymore. That can be a moment of like, okay, we will reevaluate, you know? But it's not the starting point. A lot of times people get excited, they read the book, and then they give the presentation of this is the new way. You know what I mean? And it's much better to not even really talk about it, but say, I have this method here, and we could try this here. And
like Nicolai did.
Exactly, like this was a perfect demonstration. I really hope that the video is going to be online, because I'm going to be sending it to people. It's a fantastic demonstration.
And it's great that you share how you work. That's not like the normal strategy for banks, I guess.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's cool, actually. It was totally real, you know? It's like what's really going on,
Last question, Nicolai. How does UX, there's a lot of UXers here, how does UX fit in the ShapeUp framework?
I think it fits perfectly. I worked as a UX lead in Boulder beforehand, so I had a little bit of an experience with doing that. And I think what we tended to do too much was dream up ideas. Like, we wanted this concept, and couldn't it be cool if we did like this? And I think those dreams are really, really good to have, but you need to constrain them in some kind of way. And by building together as a team, you can use each other for like sparring of, could we do this? No, that's not possible, but maybe we can go about it like this, and then we can tweak a little bit over here and finding our stuff. So I think really that if you wanted autonomous teams, they should be working really closely together and not like doing handovers from UX doing something and then technical perspective will say, "Now it's not possible to actually do this." So I think you need to be working really close together with the technical team and the UX designers as well, because they're key to making the flow feel real and making customers adapt to that flow.
Cool. Thank you very much, both of you. And yeah, you can talk to the audience in the break.
Yes, we will.
Thanks.
Thank you.